What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Evergreen, and welcome to the Man Called Evergreen podcast. First of all, I just want to say I apologize to everyone who missed out on me the last couple of months. I've been held back with some stuff, personal issues, and work and other things I try to take care of, but I promise you that with this upcoming year, we're going to change all that. I'm going to try to be on here more often so I can try to express words of wisdom and try to give you the good word best I can. And I'm just going to try to do what I can to try to help others out. Hopefully my message can be a positive and motivating thing for everyone that's listening. So let's go ahead and get into it today, shall we? All right, we're going to start with the first, we're going to start with a Bible verse from Psalms 42nd, 11th verse, and it reads, "Why art thou cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God." When I looked this up, it basically means why am I feeling down? Why am I feeling discouraged? But yet, it tells us to remember that God is in control of everything, and that we will continue to praise him, and we must continue to praise him. He'll make things better. So that's going to be my topic for today. Basically, it's kind of like in case of discouragement, always turn to God. So basically, I know I kind of understand what this means because there have been a lot of times in my life where I've been discouraged. I felt put down. I felt like I'm useless. Sometimes it could be. Sometimes I bring it upon myself because of something I did that I shouldn't have done. And a lot of times, it could be either God's way of kind of telling us that, that we need to take it easy, take it slow. And bottom line, we gotta remember that a lot of times we either put this on ourselves or all this discouragement, all this depression, everything. It's not always a mental health issue. And sometimes we bring it upon ourselves because it's like we want everything. We want our cake and eat it too. But we all know that we can't do that. Yes, it's good to but basically what I'm trying to say is a lot of times we want to do all the crazy things, like go out to parties, go out on cruises, go to the casinos, just do all stuff. Basically, those stuff right there, that kind of they're good and all, but if you try to waste time and money on things that are in vain, then you probably gonna lose out, and that's not gonna bring happiness in life. It's not. You got cherish and respect the more important things like God. You got to cherish your family. Spend time with them. Spend time with loved ones and good friends that see you as a person, not as nothing more or nothing less. Bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that if we are so shallow or we take things in vain, then that's going to put us in a downward spot to the point where we'll be continuously depressed and discouraged, and that's never a good thing. That's just going to show in your life even more and more. That's why we got to remember to, if we feel like that we're in that predicament, we need to go ahead and turn our lives over to God. Give him the praise. Let him take the roles off of us. And a lot of times, like I said, sometimes it's just God's way of like making us reminding us that if we want to feel better about ourselves, we got to give all our problems to Him. Because there's no one else greater than Him. He'll make you feel better. I should know. Like I know on weekends, whenever if I don't have a fight or if I'm not doing anything special, I'll be at home and I'll just be sitting down watching TV and not doing much of anything really. And I'll just be kind of like down out depressed because I'm just sitting at home by myself, got no one, spend time with, nothing like that, and I'll be down now too. But then I'm reminded that I'm never alone. That God's watching over me. He'll guide me. He'll protect me. He'll bring happiness back into my life. And we just gotta remember that because without Him we will be nothing. So let's not try to rely on alcohol, rely on cigarettes, marijuana, or synthetic marijuana for that matter, or vaping, or any other type of legal drugs to try to help us bring joy in our life. Those things just go just damage it. No. We need some real positivity in our lives. Especially at times when we're all feeling down and out and depressed or discouraged. That's what the devil wants. He wants you to feel down now. He wants you to feel discouraged. He wants you to feel like you're worthless. Never give him that opportunity. Never let him win. Now, you probably, anybody who's listening that's probably saying that, you don't know what he's talking about. I'm not discouraged. Oh, yeah? Then how come you're not moving anywhere further than where you are now? Okay? Why is it that you always rely on so-called friends who are just also doing the same thing you're doing? Sitting at home, not doing much of anything. You probably called in your job faking a sick day so that way you can try to spend more time with your friends, getting drunk, getting high, and just do nothing but talking gossip, getting drunk, getting wasted, and yet that's your world. I mean, you gotta experience new things. But most importantly of all, you gotta remember that you gotta keep God first. Now, maybe off point that time, but it kind of like basically saying that. But I'll tell you what. Let me back on track here. I know that the way things are nowadays, that people feel like they don't have much to live for. And that causes them to be depressed a lot of times to the point where they end up wanting to hurt themselves or worse. Basically commit suicide. And I've seen many times where people get like that, mainly because, number one, they don't have God in their lives. They don't have the importance of having Him in their lives. And two, they don't have no help. Nobody's out there willing to take the time out to help them. A lot of times, either because we feel like asking for help is a sign of weakness, but no, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's a sign of showing that you want to be helped, that you're willing, that you want to become better, and you just ask for the right people to help you out with that. So ask for help when you feel like you're down and out. That is not a weakness. It is not whatsoever. It's sad that you are human and that you are and that you are striving to become better. And you need somebody to believe in you, give you that somebody to re-encourage you to become a better person, a better version of you. And on that same point, I want to go on and say that there are going to be those out there who just want to be so careless because they think that your problems, because they think their problems are you know, that bottom line, it's like they don't care. Basically, there's some people who act like that because they think their issues are pretty much not relevant as yours or whatnot. I say, forget that, because if you got issues and another person you know of that's close to you, and they got issues, I mean, maybe I might be able to work out those issues together. You may be able to do something that they're going through, and you might be able to help them that way, and vice versa. But most importantly of all, give it to God first. Let Him know the situation. Give it all to Him. I mean, kind of pretty much just get it off your chest, just let it out, because it's kind of like a balloon. All that negativity, it kind of like starts swelling up, start blowing up like a balloon. And by giving all the praise and kind of like telling Him what's going on and everything, you let all that air out, and it's not going. And be honest with you, feel better about yourself. Because if you hold all that negativity, all the thought, discouragement and whatnot, then it's going. All of a sudden, it's going to blow. That balloon will not last. It's going to blow up. So, like I said, so my advice to you is, if you feel like you're discouraged, you feel like you're down now, you feel like you're worthless, remember to always pray, and it never hurts to ask for help. It never hurts to ask for someone to talk to. And I promise you, and also find a hobby, something that's constructive, something that make you more active, something make you feel better about yourself. That will also help too, like going to the gym or taking a walk, something, or taking a run, help clear your head. That also helps. So that's why I say, don't just sit around and just do nothing. I mean, there's always, ask for help. Go to God first, then ask for help, and then do something constructive. So that's where I stand on with that. So I also want to get something else off my chest too. Recently, I had tried to reconnect with someone who I wrote to a few years earlier that I would pretty much stay away from them. But I was reminded by someone dear to me that even though I may have vowed to, not steer clear of them, that it shouldn't bother me because they have no relevance in my life. If they're not hurting me now, then what's the point of having a vow to steer clear of them? So I try to reconnect with this person. I ain't gonna say their names, but I'll say that they live in Texas, and I used to train with them at the same jiu-jitsu gym. And for some reason, they cut me off a few years ago when they left Pensacola, go back home in Texas. And so just recently, even though I tried to call them, the thing is that they don't realize that I had a new number now. But also, I never contacted them online either, and then all of a sudden they just blocked me. I didn't give them any other than the telephone calls. I didn't give them not one whiff of me. I did not let them know. I was like, just keep tabs on them online and whatnot. So how they found out it was me, I do not know. But I do want to say this to that particular someone. They know who they are. If they're listening to this, I want to say it was never my intent to be a bother, to be a bother to you. I learned my lesson from the past. I'm not as naive as I used to be. I just want to call, check, and see how you're doing and everything. Make sure you're all right. And if you're willing to forgive me for whatever I did to you to offend you, I'll be more than happy to accept. Because to be honest with you, if you still harbor any ill will towards me, I'm asking you right now, right here on this podcast. I ask for your forgiveness. And I do want to add this piece of advice to remember that if I ask for your forgiveness, it's going to be up to you to decide whether to accept it or not. Because if not, then as the good Lord says, in the day of judgment, God going to question you on that as to whether or not you accept my apology and whether or not you forgive me. So I hope that we can be friends here on out. If you want to reconnect, I ain't hard to find. But I hope you do well with your life. Hope you do well with everything you're doing. I just ask you to please keep God first and stay positive and just continue, just do the right thing. And I also want to add one last thing before I go. Congrats to my alma mater, Troy University, for not only winning the Sun Belt Conference Championship, which I was there myself in person. It was a glorious feeling one of the best times I had in my life, ever. But I also want to congratulate them for winning the Cure Bowl over there this postseason. So, and I'm telling you right now, Coach Summerall and his team, they brought us back to glory and greatness, because I told Coach back in April when I met him at T-Day in Troy, to bring us back to glory and greatness, and he did just that. So I got to shake his hand after they won the Sun Belt Conference Championship game, thanking him for doing what he did for guiding our boys back to, not just our boys, but our team, our school, back to where it once was. So I'm proud of them. Again, congratulations to Troy University, and I look forward to next season. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all, but I'll be back soon. Most likely I'll be back tomorrow with another episode. So just be on the lookout for that. Anyways, this is your boy Evergreen, and this is the Man Called Evergreen podcast. So be safe, go with God, and I'll see you later.